Hello, it's Dave here. I'm with my wife, Cathy.
Hello.
And we're joined by very special guest, Matt Coyne, otherwise known as Matt versus Baby. Man versus Baby.
Man versus Baby,
yes,
yeah.
Matt versus Baby is a different
It's a different
entirely.
Yeah.
Very popular.
Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know Man versus Baby, you should go check it out.
Yeah.
Do you want to maybe explain to people what it is?
Man vs. Baby is a parenting blog that I set up when my little boy was about 3 months old. He's now 2. And since that point, I've written a book called Dummy as well, which is out in paperback at the end of this month.
Congrats,
Ooh.
it's excellent.
We love it.
It's kept us going.
Yeah. So basically,
through the long, hard nights.
we read Matt's blog and we read his book and we loved it so much and we thought it was so funny that we messaged. We were like, "Hey, will you come on our podcast?" And he agreed.
Bless you.
Yeah, mainly because we want a northern accent on the podcast. Secondly, because we think you're funny. Yeah.
Paddy McGuinness is busy.
Yeah.
We're still waiting to hear back.
And the perfect crossover we decided would be a kids movie.
Yes, so we're at the View in Leicester Square in a giant empty bar.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's hauntingly. It's like the bar in The Shining.
Yeah.
There's like
but more creepy.
It's very creepy. And we're going to see Early Man.
Which, by saying it's creepy, I feel you're offending the one other man that's in here.
The guy.
It's just
I don't
one
want to.
guy.
I don't
You're
think.
wondering
Can he hear us?
what we're doing.
I'm shouting loudly into a
Very
recorder,
much so.
Yeah,
so
you probably can't hear us.
So we're going to see Early Man. It's the new Aardman animation.
Mm-hmm.
The guys who do Wallace and Gromit and all that. And it's directed by Nick Park, who was the director of Wallace and Gromit, Academy Award-winning Nick Park.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Good
He's,
info.
I've got a fact.
Ooh.
Oh,
because I haven't done any
you've done your
research, so
prep.
this is
On the
I
train down.
googled it on the way.
Yeah.
He was involved in the Sledgehammer video for Peter Gabriel.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he did the.
Is that the crazy graphics and all
Yeah,
that?
the Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
He did the worst bit of it, the frozen chicken dancing. That's Nick,
wow.
That's Nick Park's work.
Okay, we're going to.
I don't have high hopes for this rubbish.
If that's the best he can do.
Yeah,
I
but
haven't
it's-
seen that. I need to watch it.
Well,
he's
I'm
done
going to
other
gift
stuff
that up.
now.
That's getting gift up. That's going on the Twitter.
Was that how you say it? It's getting gift up.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's social media, 21st century,
Okay.
Cathy. Come on.
And so, Matt, you need
The
to view
lingo.
this movie from the perspective of all your legions of followers. Would you recommend it to them or not? Or do your followers care what you recommend?
Do I have to decide now?
No, you don't.
Yeah, usually, Cathy, we
I mean-
watch the movie.
I mean, think
and
about
then you
it.
can
Yeah,
make
you
a
decide.
recommendation.
It's funny. It's not a movie I would ever go and see
Me
because
neither, actually. I think
Yeah.
of it as like a TV thing.
Yeah,
Policies on it and that sort of
same.
thing.
Same.
And I saw the trailer actually when we went to see Coco, and you know the way when people went to see The Hobbit, and the frame, I didn't see The Hobbit, but I heard the frame rate was making people feel really ill.
Right.
This does that to me. The stopgap animation, I felt really sick watching the trailer, and
Really?
I'm quite sleep deprived today, so I don't know how this is going to go really.
Right, why don't we sit a few seats
Yeah.
away from Cathy then? Just in case.
Yeah, and there's
I'm a bit
apparently a
nervous.
football plot in this. Do you like football, Matt? Because we don't.
I'm a Wednesday fan, Sheffield Wednesday fan.
Okay.
Apart from that, then yeah. So I'll fill you in on
Fill us in on the football.
any football.
Excellent.
Okay,
Stuff.
good.
I don't have a clue either.
Yeah, so you can be our sports correspondent and our parenting correspondent.
I'm a little bit nervous about falling asleep myself, actually. Like,
Okay.
I've not stayed awake during a film for quite a long time.
What was the last one you remember?
What's to staying awake for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dunkirk.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Because that's
It's
war,
impossible to fall
basically.
asleep.
Yeah.
That's like falling asleep in a war.
Yeah.
There's just no way of falling asleep. The last film I saw at the cinema actually was a baby cinema for The Star. You see this? This is like a biblical animation that I took Charlie to see, and it's absolutely dreadful. and I slept through almost all of that.
Did he
So-
like it?
Did Charlie like
Yeah.
it? Yeah, loved it. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
good.
But he'll literally watch anything that
Yeah.
sort of moves colourfully.
Yeah, Oscar watches anything with me. Like recently we were watching Feud on BBC and he's super into it. And there's a weird noise going on in the
There's someone
background.
hoovering or
Yeah,
something.
there's someone
This is
hoovering.
possibly one of our weaker podcast
Weaker
intros.
Oh, and for anyone who's new to the podcast, normally we walk to and from the cinema. However, today it's raining and that's why we're in the
So
bar.
we went to the bar
yeah.
instead.
So, yeah. Caveat.
All right, look, we wanted a drink.
Yeah.
Look, we were weak sometimes.
We're weak.
Forgive us. All right,
Okay.
let's go watch this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I am concerned
Oh.
about one other thing.
Yeah.
I've fallen asleep, but also I'm concerned about you crying, Dave.
Oh, did you listen to our Coco review?
Yeah, I listened to Coco.
I mean,
Coco.
Dave
have you
cries
seen
a
Coco
lot.
though?
No.
Or, well,
Yeah.
Matt, the challenge is set.
Yeah,
Because
watch
you
it.
can go
So,
to that
because
without
there's-
crying.
Because there's the three of us. I've nothing against a man crying, but
Does it make you uncomfortable?
I'm not really. But I'm not sure what my
Definitely
role
sitting
is
next to
because
you.
your wife's here. So I'm not sure whether my role's to comfort you or whether I just a hearty pat on the back.
I think very
Well, if I'm vomiting-
sensitive, gentle patting.
Dave's crying, I'm vomiting. Matt can kind of sit in between us and just be
Just
really
sleeping.
uncomfortable. Yeah, sleeping. Yeah, and also we were so
Parents on tour.
we're so excited to have Matt come on the podcast that we came in really early to buy the tickets in case they were sold out, and we bought the only three tickets.
Yeah.
Cinema
It's pretty empty. I don't
at the
think
time
there's
was
even gonna be
completely
any kids
empty. So yeah, and one more thing I wanted to say about Matt's book, which made me laugh nearly more than the book, was that on the back of it there's 2 reviews, one of which was from Philip Schofield and one of which was from Ashton Kutcher, which I think is the weirdest combination of reviewers I've ever heard of.
I'd love to see them in a room
I'd love to
together.
see them in a room
I'd
together.
love to see him scrap.
Yeah,
Oh
scrapping.
yeah.
Just like who's the,
My money's on Scove.
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I reckon he's a dirty fighter.
And who do you think makes more of an influence on your readers? Would it be Ashton Kutcher or Philip Schofield?
Schofield
Yeah,
all day.
it would be. Yeah. But yeah,
He's
so
Heartland audience.
he's Heartland England. Okay, right. Let's actually go and see this movie now.
Oh yeah, as much as I'd like to speculate on that fight all day. All right, we'll see you very shortly.
Idiots. If we win, we can have our valley back.
And if we don't beat them?
We'll spend the rest of our lives working down a mine.
What's a mine?
You're pretty brave, caveman. And stupid. Ooh, I can help.
All right, we're back. We're back in the pub. I
Yeah.
swear we did leave the pub. We went to see the movie. We're
And by
back.
pub, you mean the View Cinema Bar?
Yeah, it's a famous pub in the centre of London. Everyone goes to this pub.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's slightly more busy.
Yeah.
There's a bit of an atmosphere starting here. We're also a little drunk because Cathy got us drinks and we got ourselves drinks. Myself and Matt went to the bar.
Yeah.
And then some lady that Cathy brought with us brought us drinks.
Yes. Cathy, can you explain why you showed up with a strange woman
Well, I
to our cinema seats?
I don't get out much, right, since I've had a baby, and I got really excited when I went to get my popcorn that there was like a pizza bar and a bar. So I bought popcorn, Coke, beer, and pizza, and realised I couldn't carry it. So one of the servers had to come and help me bring it into you guys. And then I arrived with the beers, and Dave said, we already have beer. So there was 4 pints of beer.
We filled up every available cup holder slot for 5 seats.
And
in a
Dave and
row.
Matt are pissed now, and I'm completely sober but high as a kite on caffeine. So
Yeah, the
yeah.
parents who were in there with their kids were like, look at these pissers.
Funny.
Saturday afternoon.
This is what happens
It's
when
like 12.
Oh, let's go see Early Man.
3 parents of young children let out for the afternoon is what this has turned into.
This is what it is.
Well, should we talk about that movie that we
Yeah.
saw? I really liked that.
I really liked it.
I loved
good.
it. I thought
Yeah.
it was great. I think part of it was the animation. I love the whole thumbprints and the plasticine thing and all
Yeah.
that sort of thing. I really like that kind of retro feel to it. I mean, rather than sort of the superb CGIs.
Yeah.
I really like that retro nostalgia. It made me feel like think about Morph and things like
Yeah.
that.
They
Very
did.
tactile.
They did morph. I think.
Oh, did they?
I'm pretty. Somebody fact check this. I'm pretty
Dave's
sure.
4 drinks in.
I'm pretty sure Morph was one of Aardman's first things.
Is that right? That makes sense then. But it's I like that about it. I like that feel to it. But we said beforehand that this had like a theme, a side theme about football, but it was basically about football.
Yeah, it was a football movie.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a football movie.
And as myself and Cathy have said on this podcast many times, we love sports movies. We don't like sports, but sports movies are
That's
the
what
best
it was.
movies.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a Mean Machine kind of procedural, like Mighty Ducks kind of thing. That's basically what it was.
Classic underdog story. So for anyone who doesn't know, I'll give you a very brief synopsis. It's the Stone Age versus the Bronze Age in football.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically, that's pretty much it.
And when I
Any more
realised that
no,
it, though.
no, and I challenge anyone to do a better synopsis.
better synopsis, and when I realised what it was, I turned to Dave and went, "Oh my God, we're going to get a training montage because we love training montages. They're I would say our favourite thing to watch as a couple."
And we got several of those.
Yeah, several training montages.
Yeah, the
really
montages
into it.
were the highlight.
Yeah, really funny though.
Yeah.
First of all, I don't actually think there was any kids in the movie. It was all grown-ups, about maybe 15 adults in total. On a Saturday afternoon, that's a bit weird. So I wonder if it's a movie that's going to be more appreciated by adults than kids, or else our sample is just wildly inaccurate.
I can't help thinking that it's written for the Russian World Cup that's coming up. I think it's basically about the England team.
I think it's an ad.
I
think it's an ad for English football.
But basically, the baddie's Sepp Blatter. The main striker's Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Oh, interesting.
This is why we need Matt.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
This is why you brought me down
Yeah,
here.
we pretend we know what you're talking about.
You literally have no idea.
So you think it's a metaphor for like the crappy English team versus the doped up Russian team?
We invented the game, and then these cave paintings are how we invented the game, and then the foreigners come along and are better than us at it. And Sepp Blatter's only interested in the money, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic is full of I can't even say his name. I'm that pissed. I'm
so drunk.
I'm gonna call him Zlatan. Okay. But yeah, this metaphors for the beautiful game throughout the entire thing.
All right, sorry. Is Sepp Blatter the FIFA guy who's
he's the
corrupt?
baddie.
Yeah, right.
Only interested in the money.
Okay,
And
I
the
do-
baddie
right,
in
I
this
got
movie
it.
did have an accent, which I was kind of thinking was French, but could have been anything basically.
It's Sepp Blatter's accent. It's Swiss,
it?
basically.
Okay. And
yeah.
voiced by Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, very good actually. I thought he was a good baddie.
I thought he was good too. I wouldn't have recognised his voice.
I read on the way over that Nick Park chose him to play this character because he was scrolling YouTube one day and watched Tom Hiddleston on Graham Norton doing an impression of Robert De Niro. And he thought, right, there's my guy.
And he thought, there's a great
So
Swiss.
Nick Park was pissed then as well.
It's a great Swiss accent. And we need to. So I would say not only do I not like football, I'm like actually actively against football. I hate it. I hate it because I just
But you
think.
still enjoyed the film.
But I
I'm
loved the
surprised at
film because I guess I can follow football, so I could follow the rules, and I was rooting for our characters. And they made fun of, because what I actually hate about football isn't the game itself, but it's such a disgusting profession, right? How much money people can be paid to kick a ball around a pitch, and how when you look at it, it's so male, right? So it all really annoys me. And then I really enjoyed in this movie, they made a joke about it.
What's a satire about how
they
the
said
prima
they're
donnas and the
overpaid.
fact that it's very, very masculine.
Like
and
they
very-
made a point to say like they're all overpaid, and like they basically made out like it was sexist, and they took the piss out of it whilst also you really enjoying the game. So I thought that was really clever, and I thought our protagonist was really sweet. I really enjoyed the young girl character as well, and she's called Guna. Do you know what that word means in Irish?
No, but I think you're about to tell
It
us.
means dress in Irish.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Because it's Arsenal. Gunnar is an Arsenal fan.
Oh, interesting.
I would
Okay.
imagine that what Matt said is more probably what the
more.
reference they were aiming
Well,
for.
the Gunners, Arsenal are the Gunners, and then they call them the Gooners.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's probably not spelled the Irish way. And so
But
who's
that
better?
probably makes more sense. Actually,
That's interesting.
It's
That's
interesting.
you know,
Or
maybe
not
there's
at
some
all.
deeper context.
Maybe I've drunk too much caffeine. And who's better players? So the Bronze football team or the Sheffield Wednesday football team?
Yeah, still the bronze.
So do we think it's a kids' movie or do we think it's an adult movie?
I think there's plenty in there for kids. It's
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah. I mean,
I wish there had
would
been
you
very
take
simple-
Charlie to that.
I would, yeah.
Your son.
I mean, he will stare at anything that's colourful, anything that kind of moves. He'll stare at. So I think he'd
So it
enjoy
ticks
it.
the box. It does move.
Yeah.
But it's but as a I think it is a strictly speaking of football. Like a sporty kind of sports procedural film. I don't think it's anything more sophisticated than that. I
No.
don't think it's any more. I mean, I found it funny at points, and I found it, and I did really, really like the characters that you were supposed to like,
Yeah.
and that's got wrong so often in adult films and in all kinds of films. I think that's got wrong. But I really, really liked the characters, the Stone Age
Yeah.
The underdogs.
team. Yeah, I really, really liked them. The same way that you're supposed to in kind of Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, they got it right. They got the formula right. You're right though. It is a formula. We haven't.
No, it's not.
The-
It's nothing.
No,
It's just a
it's
bunker
groundbreaking.
setting.
It's textbook sports movie formula. But with
Montage at 45 minutes.
Yeah.
there you go. Reason for doubt at 58 minutes. team rallies around him.
Dave, you're too pissed to continue this analogy. Dave's just going to keep going with this. Dave's on his fourth drink.
Father figure,
Fourth
coach.
drink by 3 p.m. You cannot handle this.
I can do this.
No,
I got
please
this.
stop.
I got this.
And
I'm holding the mic steady.
Yeah, the mic's not steady. And I think
Put your trousers back on.
yeah, it's not appropriate. I just think it really worked, and I also think what was really funny about it was the wordplay. Like, there was a pig character, and there was a lot of wordplay on the fact that he was a pig, which I really enjoyed. That again, I don't think kids would have gotten. And like, really funny. Funniest movie I would say I've seen in months.
I will say, I mean, just like acid test, the three of us, there was no one else around us. I couldn't hear any other laughter. But we were all laughing pretty consistently.
Yeah.
Like, even just like, as you said, the wordplay, there's early Man United. The commentators
The
really
commentators
made me
are brilliant,
They
yeah.
were
They were excellent.
Yeah, I really loved it, and I would say, funniest movie I've seen in a long time. I really enjoyed it. I can't really think of a bad word to say about it, and I don't know if we probably even need to go to spoilers. What did you think of the voice acting?
I thought it was really Johnny Vegas and Mark Williams. Is it Mark Williamson or Mark Williams? I can never remember from the Fast Show. But I thought those two in particular were absolutely brilliant. I said as we came out that I have a little bit of a problem with Nick Parks and Aardman Animation. How they kind of have the kind of thick Northerners. That's kind of
the Northerners with the dunces.
staple.
Yeah.
The kind of ecky thumping around the stage, and there's a lot of bit of Alan Bennett about the whole thing. But I thought they were brilliantly cast. I thought they were really likeable kind of people, whilst being thick Northerners at the same time.
Well, that's what I mean. Aardman does kind of deal with the comedy is broad. It's broad stereotypes. Even the Bronze Age people being sort of what are they, sort of Italian or something as well?
Well, Russian, according to Matt.
Or
was Swedish. She was Sepp Blatter, the character. But they were kind of generic foreign baddies.
Yeah, they were foreign baddies. That's what they were.
There's always shortcuts in animation, so you save that time of making the plasticine models do the thing by making them have a foreign accent or a kind of Eastern European accent. That's a shortcut to a baddie.
It's funny because it's almost, if you think of it as a kids' movie, it's like teaching kids that, foreigners are scary. It's a bit of a weird message, isn't it? Really strange, actually, when you think about it.
Yeah.
I think older kids would love. I think younger kids would love it for the visuals. I think older kids, I'm talking like 10 plus, would love it. But I'm wondering if you brought like a 7-year-old to that movie who's so adapted to things like Pixar these days, would they like the animation? I wish there'd been kids in the audience so that we could gauge their reaction.
I don't think the animation is a problem. I think there's a lot of physical comedy in this. There's a whole sequence where one of the characters falls down
Sorry, I need to interrupt you. How many times can they vacuum the school? This is the 4th time they vacuumed in the pub. Anyway.
There's
you spilt so much shit on the way to this.
Oh, you did. I'm actually going to post a photo to our Instagram and Twitter, so check that out, of the amount of garbage that Cathy left behind her.
I picked it up on the way out, but I spilled a lot of popcorn. I spilled a lot of popcorn. Yeah.
But yeah, there's broad, it's broad physical comedy. Kids relate to that. There's a oh my God, stop hoovering.
Actually, I don't think they're hoovering. I think it's a hand dryer.
Is it the hand dryer?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a rabbit. There's a little rabbit and the hog. It's animals.
Why was there? I missed the start because I was buying so many snacks. Why was there a giant flying duck? Or was that explained at the start?
No, that just happens in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there is a big duck in it that's never really explained. But I think it's like a prehistoric duck.
That's what I was thinking, like a dinosaur.
It's a good perspective gag.
Okay,
but
right.
That's not that's the point at which you have a problem with it, and yet there's a fucking pig massaging a man in a bath.
The pig I accept as a goalie.
And then it plays the harp.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
After massaging.
Yeah, but a giant duck is ridiculous.
I love that massage scene, and I love the gag of like the older chief. He's really old, and then someone mentions that he's 32. Back then, you had a short life expectancy.
This is Spoiler Street. You didn't say Spoiler Street.
Oh, are we on spoilers?
I guess. Are we spoiling gags a little bit?
Spoiling gags.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go back and insert Spoiler Street, and then delete this because I suggested going back.
No, we'll go.
No, I'm going to leave all this in. And then you will have already heard the inserted
But
Spoiler
we're not on
Street.
Spoiler Street because we're sitting down. We're on Spoiler Settee. which is what Matt calls a sofa. Yeah.
Yes, we discovered this earlier.
Yeah, so spoiler settee now.
I wouldn't worry too much. Basically, this is an hour of a hand dryer.
Yeah, that's all you heard.
We won't be heard.
We won't be heard.
Yeah.
And also,
I'll put subtitles on this.
I mean,
is that how
we're
podcasts
on
work?
spoiler settee, so we can safely discuss it now. I think you can guess they win the football match at the end.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
If you didn't guess that, you probably shouldn't be allowed to watch movies.
I was a little bit punchy in the air at that point, actually.
Yeah, I was too.
I mean, I was really pleased that they won.
I was rooting for them.
I almost cried. I didn't because I
you were
was
pissed.
just.
I couldn't look
I
you
didn't
in the
want.
face.
I didn't want Matt to have to deal with the consequence.
No, I wasn't emotional about it. Like most kids' movies, like Coco, I'll cry, but I didn't. I mean, it wasn't. This movie didn't get me emotionally, and maybe in part because there wasn't like a really beautiful music like in Coco, which just tugs at the heartstrings.
I don't think it's supposed to get you
Nah,
emotionally.
it's not that kind of movie.
It's frivolous. It's funny. It's it's cookie cutter formula plot, but it's done. It's the setting that makes it
Yeah.
interesting, and that's where they get a lot of the humor from.
I'd love to be in the pitch for this movie, right? So we've got a great idea. Stone Age. Right at this, right at the beginning of the Bronze Age, and they're like, great, and they go, and then it's a football movie, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
It's very original.
Yeah,
They're
it's
like
really
It's not
weird.
what I expected at all. I thought it was going to be caveman and kind of jokes about them, inventing the wheel or
Yeah.
creating fire and stuff. The fact that it's that friction against Stone Age and Bronze Age is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
I never expected that at all. I thought it was really, really good.
And they just use that visually. Like, there's one visual joke about, they see a wheel which they've never seen before, but then that's it. They don't even go there. That's not part of it at all.
Yeah, there was a lot of that, weren't there? Sort of throwaway stuff that is instantly there, instantly gone.
Yeah, I'd watch
There's
it
so many
again.
good little moments, like the bad guy, his servant calls him your premiership at one stage, and that really got to me. Yeah.
The bad guy was awesome. I thought he was so good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed him. I think I really enjoyed every part of it. Like, there's a really funny bit where there's like a carrier pigeon. Like, there's the joke about that.
That's probably the best sequence for me. I thought that was really, really clever.
So good. Talk about like the 6 laugh test. I reckon I laughed 40 times in this movie. Like, it was like really funny.
It's very funny, but
Yeah.
I think all Aardman's work is consistently original, and they have their own sort of brand of humor and style. Like, it's very much in there. Like, they haven't really adapted their visual style in 20 years, but I really like that. It gives it character.
And it's cool. It was all made in Bristol, so it's like a made in England movie. That's really cool as well.
And like you said, Matt, it's like it's handmade. Like, they made every single model by hand.
It looks like it as well.
Yeah,
I
it
love
does
that
look
about it.
I felt like I could have made some of those models.
Well, you can do stop motion on Instagram stories now, but I feel like maybe we couldn't achieve this
Maybe we
level of
couldn't.
detail.
For anyone who doesn't know, Dave's obsessed with Instagram stories, and most days spends about an hour doing Instagram stories.
Some behind the curtains
Yeah,
magic
behind the
there.
curtain. Oh, we need to take when we do this. Not only the guests on our podcast, we take a photo mid-podcast, which makes for a really great audio.
Yeah, we've realised
Yeah.
that
Go on, Dave, take it.
stopping for okay.
Yeah, stopping for a photograph to put on your Instagram makes for an awesome. There we go.
We did it.
We did it.
Go find that.
Yeah, I don't know if we've much else to say about the movie. Did we do our research? Was it up for any Oscars?
What accent was
You
Maisie
don't know.
Williams doing? She was the
Oh, who was Maisie Williams?
Was she Guna?
the Guna, yeah.
Oh, I was wondering what Guna's accent was. I certainly wouldn't have guessed it was Maisie Williams.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
That was generic foreign.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought
exactly.
it was French, maybe again. At one point I thought there was going to be a twist where her dad was the baddie because they had the same weird accent. I was hanging out for that twist. At the end, I was like, "But when are they going to tell us?"
Did you whisper it to Dave?
No, I
Yes.
didn't.
You weren't that convinced.
No, I didn't spoil it for Dave. Spoil my theory.
No, normally you might have noticed that
I know,
Cathy
I have
whispers
noticed.
non-stop throughout the cinema.
How many theories does she give you during the average movie?
She does throw.
I told you after the 30th.
My only theory in this one was that we were going to get a training montage, which we did, which I'm pleased about.
Matt, I'll tell you one of the things that I remember Cathy whispering to me. Why is there a giant duck?
It's because I missed the start. I thought I missed something important about
You
the
thought,
duck. And I
the
thought
prologue with the giant duck.
I thought that they were going to win the match, but then on a technicality, not because she's not actually from the Stone Age, so she shouldn't have been on the team.
See,
So
that
they're
would've
actually
been-
cheating.
That would have been better.
Yeah, I
think,
thought that was going to happen.
You needed some. That didn't happen, did it? There wasn't the moment of victory and then moment of.
No.
Or was there?
I'm kind of no.
I think it was the old man being injured and then the pig coming in. But that was very light.
Maybe,
Yeah, but there wasn't. They didn't do the. Oh, hey, we lost, but the real victory was.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we lost, but now we're working in the mines, which
know,
was
I
the
always
moral
hate,
victory.
actually.
Yeah.
I know.
wanted to win.
Well,
rather
we
than,
kind of what happened was the 90s sort of developed cliches to the point where we couldn't do them anymore,
Yeah.
and then the noughties had to play on the cliches. And I think now we've come full circle, and you can just have a nice ending where they win.
Yeah, well, I thought
Yeah.
she was.
Sickening.
I thought she was going to be disqualified, and the pig would come on. So I was close enough. The pig did come on.
The pig was excellent.
Yeah, the pig was probably the standout.
How good was the pig?
Who voiced the pig, Dave? You did all the
The
research.
director, Nick Park.
Oh,
did the
really?
pig.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
It
Okay.
reminded me of dog. My Dog Does Ballet, which is
I don't know that one.
Charlie's favourite book at the minute, which is basically the same principle where a dog is not supposed to do ballet but actually does ballet, and then ultimately is there in the royal.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Well,
It's like
ballet
Billy Elliot
house
of
or
dogs.
Yeah, basically. And the pig's the same shit. Really.
Yeah, it's actually they've
Nick
seen
that
that
from
book
there.
and they've just copied it.
Exactly
That's what
right.
they've done.
I like that.
Yeah, that sounds sweet. We need to buy that one.
You
Thanks
can do whatever. That's the messages you can do. You can be anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you didn't cry either. Dave,
No, I
which
feel
was-
like you're disappointed,
Yeah,
Matt.
there was nothing.
Yeah,
to cry.
you thought you were.
You need to come and see
You-
Coco with us.
You expected me to be this mess.
Yeah.
I think. What were you? Were you just gonna like point and laugh at me? Like, you.
I'm quite a sensitive soul, like. I mean, I just
Yeah.
I was just prepped.
Yeah, Dave's sensitive.
I'll tell you why I'm so I'm so kind of stuck for when men are crying in films. Is I was once on a this is aside from the podcast probably, but I was once on a flight and the guy next to me was clearly ex-forces, who's kind of like built like a wardrobe and full-on tattoos and everything. And I got chatting to him and he said that he sold inflatable tanks to the Israeli army. He was a consultant for people who make inflatable tanks, and what they are is tanks that you blow up like a bouncy castle,
Yeah.
and satellites look at them and it looks like you've got a troop of tanks going through an area, and that's what he did for a living. So I was already quite
So
scared
weird.
of him, the fact that he
He did that.
did that, and he was kind of like quite built. And then while we're on this flight, Marley and me came on, and he for the last 20 minutes of it, he just wept. I mean, and like wept bitterly. And I've never been so terrified being sat next to him. I was a little bit worried about that day.
It's like, oh, man. It's funny because I saw Marley Me and hated it, but I still cried for the last 20 minutes. I was like, this is so manipulative. This is such a shit movie, but I can't stop crying.
Maybe he was crying for the same reason.
Yeah. I mean,
I hate
it's so
this movie and I
manipulative.
want to stop selling inflatable tanks, but I can't do it with my
It's
life.
not this sad that a pet dies, but in spoiler, sorry for Marley and Me, but really.
Oh, just because you're on spoiler settee doesn't mean you can spoil any movie you like.
No, yeah. Sorry, no, Marley lives actually. That's the twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marley never dies.
And Bruce Willis is alive all along.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I think I don't know if we've much else
All right,
to say.
yeah,
Rave
I
review.
have nothing else to say.
We're so excited. Matt came all the way down to go on our podcast.
Yes,
and
thanks
by
very
down,
much.
I mean down from the north of England.
That's right.
Where they're all
Frozen
stupid up
wastelands.
there, according to that
That's-
movie.
That's right.
They're all real idiots.
Ecky thumb.
Wait, you're both talking at the same time. You know this is a podcast, right? Can't hear you both.
We're drunk.
We're trying to drown out the fucking androids.
Yeah, the bar is much livelier now. This is where it's all happening. So next time you're in central of London, come to Leicester Square View. Party Central.
Yeah. All right, Matt. Thanks so much for coming down to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
really
so
appreciate it. I
excited.
really
Been great
enjoyed
fun.
it. Bud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great fun. So
And-
find Matt at Man vs Baby on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Twitter,
Just
Instagram.
Googled my ass. That's a little bit awkward. Let's not end on that.
Yeah, let's not end on that.
Don't Google
The floor
my
is
ass.
yours.
Don't Google it.
But yeah, buy my book.
Yeah, Man vs Baby.
It's called Dummy.
Dummy, sorry,
Dummy,
yeah, it's called
yes.
Dummy. And I'm contractually obliged to say it's a Sunday Times bestseller.
And
Yeah,
if we bought it on Amazon, right? Is that bad? Does that mean you get no money from our
No,
copy?
they paid me already.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't care.
Great, yeah, good. Buy it on Amazon. It's much cheaper. No, I'm only joking.
Buy it at the most convenient location to you, if that's your nearest.
Drive to
computer.
my house, I've got a garage full of them.
And Matt was telling us he just had to rewrite it for America, which is quite funny because you
Yeah,
had to do loads of
congratulations.
changes.
Going to
Yeah.
America.
Yeah,
Are you
that's-
going there, or is it just your book?
Your
going
book is
there?
going there.
I can't go there because the second book is due for delivery at the same time, virtually the same day it's due out. So,
Oh, no way!
yeah, so I've got to stop here and finish writing that. I shouldn't really be here, to be honest, getting pissed with yours. I should be writing, I think. I've
You
running
can
out
write
of time.
your book on the train home really drunk. You'll get some fabulous work done.
Yeah, I've tried that before, and do you know what? You wake up the following morning and it's absolute shit.
You're like,
It seemed
oh,
good at the time, but
yeah,
no.
it would seem really funny. And you're off to watch the Super Bowl, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm going to meet some mates. We get together every year for the Super Bowl, so I'm going to do that tomorrow.
Cool. So you're like having a very sport viewing heavy weekend.
It turns out,
Yeah.
because I wasn't expecting this movie to be so sports driven and so football-y,
Yeah.
but I'm pleased it was. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, well, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having
Yeah.
me.
Thanks,
You're,
Matt. And if you want to hear more of us, if this is your first time listening, I apologise for the noise and the lack of sobriety. We are at the Cinemile on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and we have an email address. What is it, Cathy?
thecinemail@gmail.com. We love getting emails. And if you would please go to iTunes, subscribe, or Acast, or wherever you listen to your podcast, subscribe to us, like us, and maybe give us a 5-star review. We'd love that. It would be awesome.
Yes, it really helps.
Yes.
Thanks again, Matt.
Thanks,
Thank
Matt.
you.
Hope to have you on again soon.
Yes.
Love to.
Maybe we'll all be sober that time.
Or maybe I can drink that time. That would be more fun for
That'd
me.
be nice
Yeah,
for you.
that would be nice. Yeah. Okay, bye.
Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Sliced bread, wow! That's the best thing since, well, ever!